So today we get to talk about Hassan. Okay, I say we get to talk about Hassan. It's more like we have to talk about Hassan. There's some screenshots that have been leaked of him. There's an awkward interaction he had with a fan recently. Two big stories that I want to discuss today with you guys. But before we do, please be sure to leave a like on this video. Make that like button and that subscribe button your Valentines for Valentine's Day. Wife them up, wine and dine them, and then smash them. That was graphic, dude. I'm sorry. Anyway, Hassan recently had a bunch of Discord screenshots leaked where he's complaining about his declining viewership, about the state of his community, and overall how his career is currently in like the worst state it's ever been. Okay, so we have a message collage here from Hassan Abi. So the first one says, "I'm so sad. I think the streams are bangers, but people just don't see them." Dude, I think people see that you're streaming. Nobody wants to watch. This is like the clearly strung out homeless guy asking for money, and at the end of the day, he has no money, and he's like, "Oh, I guess people just didn't see me begging." No, we did see you. We chose to ignore you. I go on Twitch every now and then to see a Jinxie stream, and I do see Hassan is live. I don't watch it. A lot of people just don't watch it. And like, forget the politics. You know, obviously this guy's politics are brain dead. He has very little to offer in terms of political insight.
I'll change this every day to Ukraine has still not been invaded by Russia. Every day.
As an entertainer, he's just weak. I mean, the kind of camera presence he provides, the kind of live entertainment that you're supposed to get from a Twitch stream, you can't get from Hassan Abi. I am more entertained by a 24/7 fireplace live stream on YouTube than I am a Hassan Abi live stream. The 30 seconds of animated looped footage on the Lo-Fi Girl Beats to Study To stream is enough for me. Hassan, not quite. The next one says, "We used to be a community." I mean, yeah, I guess so. I guess he just kind of like destroyed his audience by becoming too radical.
America deserved 9/11, dude.
Like, sometimes I'll pop into a Destiny stream and I'll see a donation that says something like, "Oh, I used to be a Hassan viewer, thank God I escaped," or "Thank God I grew out of it." One thing that I do respect Destiny for is that he doesn't seem to play into this partisanship where if the left says something, he agrees almost always. Obviously, he has plenty of flaws, and I'm not here to glaze the guy, but I mean, Hassan is way more partisan than most other streamers. Like, if something is left-wing, Hassan 100% almost always agrees with it. He doesn't take the time to fact check, to do research, to see what the other side is saying, or to give them an honest, charitable listen. His role at this point in time in online politics is taking the most extreme left-wing position that's espoused on Twitter or something like that, and parroting it to his large audience and getting his chat riled up to agree with him and freaking out over people who disagree. That's sort of what he does now. "I hate what my community is becoming." That's a very interesting way to blame your community for changing and not you for changing the audience that watches your stuff. Like, dude, as an audience, the people that will watch your stuff agree with you the most. If you're gonna say my fans suck, maybe you just suck. He's basically saying he hates the community of people that watch his content. He hates his own viewers. I swear, Twitch streaming isn't about the actual content. It's about whether people want to pay attention to you or not, and clout. All that shit was a banger, and 13K watched like I'm fucking gaming at 8 p.m. I'm done. I hate this job. I'm not streaming today. I'm going to off myself. Okay, so the theme of this message collage is that he hates what his community has become. He's upset with the current state of his fan base, etc., right? Now, what happens when we literally see a current member of Hassan's new fan base interact with him in person? Well, it looks something like this.
Oh, yeah. Thanks so much.
I'm sorry, I forgot to say, you need to stop drinking Coke Zero on stream.
Why?
It's boycott.
Wait, is it?
You're preaching pro-Palestine and you're drinking all this boycott stuff. Please, Hassan. At least pretend. Do it off stream. Please.
Okay, I'll put it in a glass. Is Pepsi okay?
No.
Is it...
No soda, Hassan.
I didn't know it was like that.
I'm trying to stop it. He's an animal.
So this girl sprints up to Hassan so fast, like really just like in the middle of the street, like it's urgent for her, right? All to say that he should stop drinking Coke Zero because apparently they have to boycott Coke products in order to support a country whose name I don't think I can say on YouTube right now without getting demonetized. She basically says stop drinking Coke products because it's boycott season. And then he's like, "Can I put it in a glass?" And then she's like, "No. And then she says something quite funny to me. She's like, "At least drink it off stream." It's like, okay, well then nothing's even being boycotted. He's just virtue signaling. I found that so funny. She's like, "Okay, well if you are gonna drink it, still drink it. It doesn't matter if you actually do it at the end of the day because, you know, my morality is not actually, you know, real and firm. I don't have a strong moral foundation. It really is just how people perceive me." But you have to imagine this is the most funny timing for this to take place. Hassan is doing an IRL stream in Australia, and after these messages get leaked of him saying, "I hate what my community has become. I think everyone everyone who watches me now is cringe. He literally has an interaction with one of his fans where she runs up to him and basically says, hey, yeah, just virtue signal more. Please virtue signal harder. This should just show you that the entire strategy of Hassan right now is resulting in fans exactly that you would expect. Like I said, his strategy is finding the most outlandish leftist position and parroting it. No matter what, no matter if it actually is true, no matter if it makes sense, whatever. It's just about looking good. It's about the optics of being a strong communist, right? And then in reality, that's the kind of fans he ends up with. People who only care about looking like a leftist, a progressive. People who their biggest priority in life is making sure they can't be seen with products that are being, quote, boycotted. This is the same breed of people that after the passing of George Floyd decided to post black squares on their Instagram in order to tell everybody who follows them that they like don't like racism. Whoa! You hate racism? No way, me too. We should talk about it. We should post about how we don't like racism. And like that's like our thing. Like we don't like racism and everyone should know about it. I think another big reason why he might hate what his community is becoming is because a large part of the community that he had formed was because of his friendship and podcast that he had with Ethan Klein. Now Ethan Klein, well, you know, he's cringe, whatever, he's washed up. His audience, I wouldn't say is crazy. You know, H3H3, his audience isn't known to be psychopathic or like, you know, nutty leftists or anything like that. Surely they're liberal, you know, maybe even far left, but they're not like this insane communist type like Hassan fosters. And so I think around the time that Ethan Klein and Hassan stopped doing their podcast and they had their split and they no longer did their show, I think a large part of Hassan's audience realized how reasonable like Ethan is and how maybe unreasonable and too extreme Hassan is for their liking and perhaps stopped watching him. So the ones that sticked around, you know, just became farther and farther radicalized by Hassan. Hassan also complains that his viewership on Twitch is low when he does things outside of drama or politics, which is something that I actually experience too. Whenever I do something that isn't drama when I'm streaming, my views go down. Now Hassan is like upset / surprised by this, as you know, reflected in the Discord messages. I actually totally get it and it makes a lot of sense to me and I'm fine with it. The reason that people watch me is because they like my commentary on drama, situations, stories, whatever, right? So when I'm live and I'm not doing those things, maybe I'm gaming or maybe I'm doing something that's not what they would expect, they're not gonna watch it, which is fine, you know? If you watch a fitness YouTuber who gives dieting tips and then you click on his stream and he's doing stand-up comedy, okay, well that's not what you expected, right? So you're not gonna watch it. Maybe you don't expect him to be funny, you know, whatever. It's not what you're tuning in for. Hassan is obviously gonna have that same problem. When he's playing Valorant, most of his community is there to watch him talk about politics, so they're just not gonna watch it. But also, the audacity too to complain about 13,000 people not being enough. Like, dude, are you kidding me? Normally I get like 30,000 people watching me complain about politics, and now I have 13,000 while I'm playing video games. I think this guy does forget how lucky he is to be in the position that he's in. Like, obviously as you grow as a creator and you become more popular and famous, your standards and expectations adjust accordingly, so, you know, maybe 13K is super disappointing for him, but for most streamers, that's huge. There's a lot of streamers I watch that are famous that get like 2,000 viewers per. I think Hassan should enter a rebuilding stage of his career where he focuses on getting kind of a newer audience that will watch him when he does politics, but will watch him when he does gaming, and maybe is less extreme than his current audience, because right now they're so extreme that they only want politics and they only want the crazy talking points. They can't do anything besides watch that, you know, they can't do Valorant chill, you know, hear someone say something moderate. That's just sort of where their heads is at. So I think if Hassan spent the next month or so trying to rebuild a different sort of audience, that could benefit him a lot. Anyway though, hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have, please be sure to leave a like and subscribe if you're at all new to the channel. Follow my social medias, links are all down below, and I'll see you guys all in the next one. Peace.